Hi, I'm Miriam McConnell from Bead Creations, and today I'm going to be showing you one of our techniques in our Isolation Inspiration series. Basically, it's an easy and fast way to start Peyote Stitch. So, today I have some size 8 Delica beads in bronze and in gold silver lined. So those color codes are number 22, Delica bead number 22, and Delica bead number 42. I've taken some Fireline, in this case 10-pound Fireline. It doesn't need to be that heavy, but 10-pound is nice to work with to learn. And what I have on each end of my thread is about 1 meter long, just for attempt purposes, and I have on each end a needle. It's a Japanese needle, size 13, and what I've done is I fed on about 4 inches from the end, held my needle at one end and the 2 threads just at the base, and twisted my needle like so, which just provides a little bit of resistance so that your beads and your needle don't fall off your thread. I'm going to be showing you basically a smooth, flat peyote stitch bracelet and how to make it without too much headache. First, we're going to take both needles. We're going to feed on 1 gold Delica onto each needle, just like that. Then we're going to let them fall all the way down to the midpoint. Now, how do you find the midpoint? You put your 2 needles together and you slide your fingers down. All right. Then you're going to take 1 bronze Delica, and you're going to feed both needles through that 1 bronze Delica at the same time. Then you're going to slide your bead all the way down to meet those golds. Sometimes they don't line up properly. What you do is you use your thumb and finger and a little bit of prayer to make them fit like so. You can even wiggle your thread a bit and hold your piece like that. So it needs to look a little bit like a little step pyramid or a triangle. Now you're going to take both of your needles, separate your threads again, and it doesn't really matter whether you have your left on your left again or your right on your right again. It's ideal if you do, but it's not necessary. So once again, we're going to put 1 gold bead on each needle and slide them down. Once again, we're going to take both needles and feed them into 1 new Delica together. And we're going to feed it all the way down. So right now you have 6 beads on, and it sort of looks like 2 stacked pyramids. Or some people have referred to it as an inukshuk, which is a northern Canadian Aboriginal statue that's made of stones, part of the northern culture of the original Canadians. All right, so now we are going to feed on another gold bead on each needle and feed them all the way down, and feed on a new bronze bead at the same time onto both needles and feed that down. Now, how do I get them to line up? Sort of wiggle it, use your thumbnail, and now we have what's starting to look more like a zipper or hopscotch. If you've ever played hopscotch as a child, Peyote Stitch looks a lot like hopscotch. So you're going to feed on 1 gold again on each needle and feed both needles together through a new bronze and slide it down into place. Now this is the deciding moment. How wide do you want your project to be? So if we're doing a bracelet similar to this one here, this is the time where you decide the thickness of your project, or the width, I should say. So this is where you decide how wide your project is going to be. If you want it to be any wider than this, keep beading. If you're all right that the fact that it's going to be about 1 inch wide, then you can stop now. And we take one of our threads, doesn't matter which one, and we use a handy dandy bobbin. These are great. They're the easy bobbins. We sell them here at Bead Creations. And you're going to take one of your threads, wrap it onto the bobbin about 2 inches away from your work, and just wrap up the needle and forget about it for the next few minutes. And because I'm showing you folks at home, I'm going to be doing this upside down. So what you see is what you do. Make sure that your bobbin is in your top left corner of your work, that the bottom of your peyote is towards you, and that your needle is away from you. You're going to now feed on one dark Delica because it is going to sit right in that top corner. You're going to feed on that dark bronze, and you're going to now feed your needle down through the top right gold that's sticking out. And pull. You don't have to pull like you're trying to stop a horse, just enough that it fits inside. Now you're going to feed on another bronze, and you're going to feed down through the next gold bead and pull. Now you're going to feed on another bronze and go through an old gold. Do you notice a theme here? Put on a new bronze and go through a gold. Now we're coming out the bottom out of a gold. So if you can guess, we're going to be putting on golds this time. You're going to feed on a gold, go up through a bronze. Now, what happens if you lose your tension? That's okay, don't lose your mind. Just pull on your bottom corner bead, make sure that the previous row is all tight, put your finger on your work and pull again, and everything's back to normal. Feed on a gold. Go up through a bronze. Feed on a gold. Go up through a bronze. Feed on a gold, go up through the bronze. And keep going until your bracelet reaches about half of the length you want it to be, or your project for that matter. You could be doing a belt, you could be doing a headband. Make sure you get to about halfway. Then unbobbin the rest of your project and work the other way, or flip your work and keep working right-handed until you have a good length like that. Make sure that you leave enough room for your clasp, so compensate for the fact that your clasp is going to be about an inch extra on your wrist. So make sure that your bracelet or whatever your project will be, leave an inch grace for all of your findings. And thanks so much for watching, and have fun.